Attention passionate LAS, Vegas Raiders fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC West and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Las Vegas Raiders' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Las Vegas Raiders fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and LAS, Vegas Raiders FANS. Let's get to the news. Alright, Raiders fans, buckle up because today we're diving deep into some serious NFL buzz that might just shake up the AFC West, and more importantly, the Raiders' plans for the upcoming seasons. You've probably heard rumors, whispers, and maybe even some speculation floating around the league about one of Washington's most electric receivers, Terry Mclaurin. The situation has been heating up lately, and it's not just idle chatter. It's getting serious enough that some experts and analysts are pondering whether a blockbuster trade could actually happen. And folks, if there's one team that could benefit from such a move, it's the Las Vegas Raiders. Now, let's set the stage. Terry Mclaurin, the dynamic wide receiver out of Ohio State, has been a standout for Washington. He's shown flashes of brilliance, making highlight reel catches, and consistently being a reliable target for the Commanders. But here's the catch. His contract situation has become a bit of a sticking point. The negotiations between Mclaurin and Washington haven't gone smoothly. Reports suggest that the Commanders are hesitant to meet his asking price, especially with the team in a bit of a rebuild phase. The talks have stalled, and some insiders are even suggesting that things might get ugly, heading toward a potential trade if they can't come to an agreement. This is where the NFL rumor mill gets interesting. Recently, Fox Sports floated the idea that Las Vegas could be the perfect landing spot for Mclaurin if Washington decides to part ways. Think about it. What if the Commanders, frustrated with the contract stalemate, decide to shop him around? And what if the Raiders, always looking to bolster their offense and make a push for the playoffs, see this as an opportunity too good to pass up? It's a scenario that makes a lot of sense from a strategic point of view. Because let's be honest, the Raiders have been in a bit of a transitional phase lately. They've invested heavily in their defense and have been trying to piece together an offense that can really compete at the highest level. They've got a young quarterback in Geno Smith, who, despite some ups and downs, has shown he can be a solid leader and distributor of the ball. With the right weapons, Geno could really take that next step, and adding a player of Mclaurin's caliber would be a game-changer. Imagine Mclaurin lining up alongside Jacoby Meyers, who's been a reliable target and is entering the final year of his contract. The Raiders would have the flexibility to make this move work financially. They've got some cap space, enough to absorb Mclaurin's contract and even negotiate a new deal to keep him happy long-term. This would also free up room to extend Meyers if they decide to keep him as the number 2 receiver, which makes sense because he's been a dependable target for Geno. Plus, the addition of Mclaurin would elevate the entire passing game, giving the Raiders a legitimate threat on the outside, something they've been missing for years. But of course, nothing comes without its costs. To acquire a player of Mclaurin's caliber, the Raiders would likely have to give up a first-round pick, probably their 2026 first-rounder, which is a significant price. Draft picks are always a gamble, and giving up a future first-rounder means risking the development of some promising young receivers like Jack Betch and Donta Thornton. Both players have shown flashes of potential, and the team is high on them. Losing that draft capital could delay their growth, but if it means landing a star receiver who can immediately impact the offense, many would argue it's worth it. Now, let's think about what this move could mean in the bigger picture. The AFC West has been fiercely competitive, with the Kansas City Chiefs still reigning supreme, but teams like the Denver Broncos and Los Angeles Chargers are not standing still. The Raiders, with a potential upgrade like Mclaurin, could position themselves as serious contenders. Adding a player of his talent would not only improve their offense, but also send a message to the division. Las Vegas is here to compete, and they're willing to make bold moves to do so. Mclaurin's skill set perfectly complements what the Raiders need. He's a fast, precise route runner with excellent hands and the ability to make contested catches. He's also proven to be reliable in clutch moments, which is exactly what a team chasing a Super Bowl needs. Pairing him with Jacoby Meyers, who excels in route running and creating yards after the catch, would give Geno Smith a diversified attack that defenses would struggle to contain. And let's not forget the potential of rookie tight end Brock Bowers, who has been turning heads in training camp, and rookie running back Ashton Jeanty, who is showing promise with his speed and agility. With such weapons around him, Geno could thrive even more. But here's where it gets even more interesting. The Raiders, historically, have been aggressive in their approach to building a winning team. From their move to Las Vegas to their bold draft choices and free agent signings, they've demonstrated they're not afraid to make big bets. If acquiring Mclaurin turns out to be the missing piece to their puzzle, it would be a statement move, one that shows they are serious contenders this season and beyond. Of course, the flip side is the cost. Trading away a future first-round pick isn't a decision taken lightly. The Raiders would have to weigh the immediate impact against the potential long-term implications. They're a team that's been on the cusp of greatness, and perhaps this trade could push them over the edge. But it's also about balancing risk and reward, something that NFL GMs and front offices always grapple with. Now, let's consider the other side of the coin. Washington, on their end, might be motivated to make a deal if they're not seeing eye to eye over contract negotiations. If they decide that trading Mclaurin is the best move for their rebuild, the Raiders could pounce. The NFL has seen plenty of blockbuster trades over the years, and this one could be no different. It's a move that could reshape the AFC West and make the Raiders an even more formidable team in the upcoming season. And let's not forget the fans. Raiders fans are known for their passionate support and their desire to see their team make bold moves. If this trade happens, it would send shockwaves through the league and energize the fan base. Imagine the excitement of seeing Mclaurin in silver and black, running routes in Allegiant Stadium, giving the Raiders a new dimension on offense. It's exactly the kind of move that could galvanize the team and the supporters alike. So all eyes are on Washington right now. Will they pull the trigger? Will the Raiders be the team to step up and make the deal? It's a fascinating storyline that's developing right before our eyes. The NFL offseason has been full of surprises, and this could be the next big one. Whether or not this trade materializes, it's clear that the Raiders are keeping their options open and are eager to improve their roster in any way that makes sense. The season is approaching fast, and with it, the opportunity for the Raiders to make their mark. A move like this could be the catalyst that propels them into serious playoff contention and possibly even a Super Bowl run. It's a thrilling time to be a Raiders fan, with so much at stake and so many possibilities on the horizon. And remember, the NFL is all about drama, surprises, and bold moves. This storyline is just beginning, and we'll be here every step of the way to keep you updated. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Las Vegas Raiders news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. Looking ahead, fans are already speculating about what this could mean for the Raiders' offense and their chances in the AFC West. If they manage to pull off such a trade, it could set a new tone for the team and for the division. The Chiefs are still the team to beat, but with Mclaurin on board, the Raiders could become a serious threat, especially if their defense continues to develop and their offensive line holds up. The league is trending toward high-powered offenses, and adding a receiver like Mclaurin would fit perfectly into that narrative. Furthermore, the Raiders' coaching staff, led by their head coach, has been emphasizing the importance of versatility and explosive plays. Mclaurin's ability to stretch the field and create separation would be invaluable in that scheme. His chemistry with Geno Smith could blossom quickly, especially given Geno's accuracy and leadership qualities. It's the kind of pairing that could bring out the best in both of them, making the Raiders' offense much more dangerous. And what about the long term? If the Raiders do acquire Mclaurin, they're not just thinking about this season. They're building a core that could be competitive for years to come. Pairing him with Meyers, considering the potential of their young receivers, and continuing to develop their offensive line and defense. These are all parts of a bigger puzzle. The NFL is a league where bold moves often define legacies, and Las Vegas might be on the verge of one of those defining moments. In conclusion, the speculation surrounding Terry McLaurin and the possibility of him joining the Raiders is more than just a rumor. It's a strategic consideration that could reshape the team's future and elevate their status in the AFC. The NFL offseason is always full of surprises, and this one could be the headline story that fans will be talking about for months. As we keep an eye on Washington's decisions and the Raiders' interest, one thing is certain: this is a storyline worth following closely. Because if it happens, the landscape of the AFC West will never be the same. And for the Raiders, it could be the push they need to finally reach that elusive Super Bowl stage once again. And now, Las Vegas Raiders fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential blockbuster? Do you think the Raiders should go all in for Mclaurin? Would you trade that 2026 first-round pick for a shot at a proven star receiver? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Raiders. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Las Vegas Raiders news.